It's Monday, October 16th, and we've got an entire hour dedicated to saving you money. Eat better.
We were spending $2,000 a month on food. I cut that down to $200 a month.
Even save better without breaking the bank. And after all that saving, trust me, you're gonna be hungry.
That's what I call a blue plate special.
Guest says that she can teach anyone how to enjoy life on a budget because she had to do it herself after falling thousands of dollars into debt. This has happened to so many American families. And I gotta tell you, I've always said you don't have to be rich to live a rich life. And I love hearing people's stories like this. They've gone through hard times, they've been strapped for money, and then boom, they learn how to live a whole new life. Whether you're rich or poor, you should learn how to spend every minute with purpose and every dime carefully. Watch Lauren.
Hi, I'm Lauren from Syracuse, New York, and I'm a personal finance and frugal living expert. Me and my husband were living what it looked like the American dream. You know, we had a nice house, we had 2 cars in the driveway, we had 2 beautiful kids at that time. We were so focused on appearances. We cared about, I guess, what other people thought about us, but we also wanted to be able to do everything that everybody else was doing. We looked like we had it all together, but we were really struggling financially. We ended up in $40,000 worth of debt. I was underwater in a mortgage. I almost lost my house to foreclosure, and I had a car repossessed. I remember one time I had to pull my son out of the grocery store, and he was crying, "Mommy, why don't we have the money to buy this food?" Because my bank card had declined and I couldn't buy groceries that day. I had to learn how to get myself out of the mess that I was in, and I had to learn how to cut coupons and get free food and be really resourceful so that I could feed our family. It was a real struggle to change our spending habits. It was hard, and so we had to really redefine our values as a family and start paying off this debt. I don't think that people talk about this topic enough. I think that people hide behind closed doors and have shame, and I want to bring up the conversation. So in 2010, I started a website, IamThatLady.com, and that website was dedicated to teaching people how to meal plan and coupon and budget and do all of the things that I did to get out of debt so I can pass on that information.
Here's our hero. Lauren is with us today. You have a beautiful family.
Thank you.
And I love that you're willing to talk so frankly about this and that you've built a career out of this because it's happened so much to so many people over the last 10 to 15 years in our economy.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And so I had, you know, it's really important for me to teach people exactly what I did to get out of this debt.
How did you get out of the larger debt? I mean, I know we're going to talk about specific things to get the family fed and save money, but what are the building blocks for you of getting out of debt?
For me, a lot of it was learning how to cut back the things that we were buying, how to cut back that amount. So the food bill was a huge thing for me. We were spending $2,000 a month on food. I cut that down to $200 a month and used that money to pay off debt. So finding things around my house to sell, you know, cutting cable, cutting things that, you know, really needed
It's
to...
the things you need and the things you want.
Exactly, wants versus needs, and we had to really redefine that.
And when it comes to paying off debt, always, always, always highest interest first, right?
Exactly, exactly. So, but today I'm going to share some of my tips and tricks. So
let's go. We've got a little start here. You want to start here?
Yep. So the first thing we're going to do is talk about how to save money on deli meats and cheeses. So you always want to be looking in the dairy section to save money on these items instead of the deli counter. You're going to save about 50%. You know, with things, and there's like cheese and beef and, you know, even salmon and turkey breast and pepperoni. You don't have to skimp on the things that you love. You just have to look in a different place in the grocery store.
So in the dairy aisle, there's still the same quality you would get at the deli?
Exactly, exactly. And so a lot of times what we find too is if you're shopping at the deli and getting a pound, because it's, you know, on sale for the price per pound, that's actually going bad. This stays a little bit longer in the fridge, so you're not wasting money as well. So
that's a good one.
Yeah. So
because every family with kids, right? You go through a lot of
Exactly. Next, we're going to talk about produce. We all want to eat healthy, right? I've got 4 kids. They have huge appetites. I want to feed them healthy foods.
You want to give them colorful fruits and vegetables, of course.
Exactly, exactly. So by looking and shopping for the produce that's on sale, you're going to save yourself a lot of money.
I tell folks this all the time. In every department of the entire grocery store, there are what they call loss leaders.
Right.
They are selling that product at a loss to get you in the store.
Yep.
So whatever that is, That's what your vegetable is.
Exactly. So plan your meals around items that are on sale.
Absolutely.
Freezing ahead of time is also really important.
Blanching and freezing.
Exactly.
Number one.
Corn, tomatoes, make tomato sauce if tomatoes are on sale. Peaches, kale, lettuce. I'm going to show you how I freeze my lettuce.
Broccoli, cauliflower, freeze beautifully.
Exactly. Right. So let me show you real quick how I freeze my lettuce.
You can freeze your lettuce?
I freeze lettuce. Yes, all the time. Yes. I know.
I'm giving her an official pat on the head. That's amazing.
I freeze lettuce. The consistency when it comes out of the freezer is not going to be exactly the same, but it's really good for like soups and stews and things like that.
Of course, to finish off soup,
yep,
of course.
Yep, so I freeze it, make sure
warm greens in chicken broth with tortellini and a little lemon juice. Delicious, and children love it.
Yep.
You put stuffed pasta in anything, kids will eat it.
I know, right? My kids love it. Oh, we're going to
don't roll away, baby.
So just easily, prep it.
Is this a damp towel or dry?
Damp towel. And then you lay them flat to dry. So if you find a good deal on lettuce.
And then you just layer them.
Layer it.
And then pop them in there. Oh, I love you.
Yep, and I do this with any kind,
romaine, butter,
exactly.
Any of it. Yeah.
You want to keep it in the whole leaf, though, because it freezes better in the whole leaf.
Right. So anything green.
Anything green is good.
There you go.
All right, next we're going to go, you always want to make sure to not always buy store brand. A lot of people, that's a confusion. They buy store brand because they think it's cheaper. That's not always
just assume that, whatever they've private labeled.
Stores actually make more money on store brand purchases, like if you buy a store brand cereal, than if you were to buy a
private label brand. That's right, yeah.
Exactly. So I have gotten cereal, let me think, for the past 8 years, I've barely paid for cereal because I get the name brand when it's on sale, pair it with a coupon, stock up for as many weeks as I can, and skip the store brands because you're going to spend a lot more money on those.
Yeah, because they're making all the profit.
Exactly,
right.
Exactly. Okay, now I know a lot of people won't be happy with this tip, but do not buy bottled water. Okay.
Well, for the environment, it isn't great because you got all those bottles.
Exactly, but do you know that there's a 4,000% markup?
Of course.
On bottled water. And you're paying for the plastic and the label and the gas and the storage.
Yep.
So you know what? We have stainless steel water bottles that we keep around our house. And if you really love the bottled water concept, you can get reusable ones and stick them right in the fridge.
The filter jugs for your fridge or a filter for your faucet.
And save a lot of money.
Save a lot of money.
So yes. Okay, last but not least. Okay, so you see these signs in the grocery store, 10 for 5, right? A lot of people think you have to actually buy 10 of them.
You don't.
You don't. Unless it's, marked on the store shelf that you have to buy 10. So just buy 1, just buy 2. You don't have to spend all of that money because you think that's what
they're trying to plant the seed that you want.
It's a suggestion.
Exactly.
It's suggested. So, especially when you're looking for coupons, a lot of times there's a coupon for 50 cents off of 2. Just buy the 2, use the coupon, and you have yourself a great deal.
Awesome job. You're my hero. Thank you so much to Lauren. Up next, I'll meet you guys in the kitchen. It was one of my favorite books. I have it in Italian and English, and I'm going to turn it into a delicious meal. Green eggs and ham.